Hi!
Welcome back
to Brotherly Advice! Episode 7?
Is this one?
Question mark?
I lost track.
I did too. I'm lost in the numbers. Anyways, how we doing, brother? How we doing? Tell the children how we been doing this whole week.
This whole week I've been doing great, better than ever. No school is life. I've been just going day by day. I had confirmation not that long ago. I felt a little bit spoiled. A little bit too spoiled.
He felt the Holy Spirit move inside of him, even though he still was the same person that he was.
Amen. Still a bitch. Will forever ever be a bitch. But I felt nice. Okay. It was alright. But I don't know. I'm getting back in the groove of running for longer distances. My legs hurt right now. They're like jello, but you know what? All I have to do is stay hydrated.
Did you go to practice today?
No.
Oh, you went.
We don't have practice until the 5th next week. So, I just ran on a solo run, 4 miles. They were slow, but I got them done. But that's how my week has been.
Okay. Well.
Oh, and then we went to the beach. And we all got
went
tan.
To the beach. Oh yeah, if you notice, we're a little different colors.
No, at least I am.
Ryan said no sunscreen, which I'm like, you're gonna regret that later. But you know,
he's just jealous.
Just me.
He's just jealous. I have this cute bronzy tan.
Girl can get that whenever. Ugh. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I don't know. This week's okay. Speaking of this week's topic, a couple weeks ago, I had a friend reach out, which is like, we're happy they reached out and they thought about mostly me, but most us, because
mostly me.
The story.
The kid was my age.
The story that she was telling me was that she knew a little kid, age 9, that lost his parent, like he lost his dad recently. Which I was like, my heart goes out to that kid. You're not the only one. Like, feel free to reach out. And if you're my friend watching this video, showing this video to the kid, you're not.
What if he doesn't know English?
Mijo, no estás solo. No estás solo. Te acompañamos porque sabemos tu dolor. Well, let's hope he does know English. But so the whole point is that there's a 9-year-old little kid who lost his dad recently, and we not recently, but
7 years ago.
7 years ago, we lost our dad, and you were close. You were closer to his age.
10.
You were 10, and she brought up some good questions. So I want to see your perspective on it because I already answered her. But so do you think having my dad have a viewing, did that help you out, or did it give you more trauma? Like, tell the children what did you feel in that moment?
Always in that moment, just because Dad was always like on one foot. He was like, bam, 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 and like he was never settled down. Like he would never. I wouldn't. Most of the time, I would
never rest.
Yeah, I would not see my dad like. It'd be very rare if he would take a nap, or it'd be very weird if he just like actually sat down and like did absolutely nothing. My dad was not that type of person. And so just seeing him, like, at the same time, we got lucky because we were able to see, I don't want to be, like, graphic, but, like, we got to see him pass away slowly. But definitely hurt more seeing him, like, get sick and seeing him go through all that pain. But at the same time, like, we were right next to him throughout the whole entire time, you know? And so, like, I already made myself the idea of my dad passing away. Obviously, it's very different, and it's going to be a very different answer if you have someone that's someone they truly love pass away the next day without even, like, they woke up and they were dead, or they passed, you know? And so, like, that's going to be a very different response. But since we got lucky, and we saw our dad, like, slowly get sick and making ourselves the idea that he's not going to make it out, then seeing him in a casket, it made me relieved at the same time like it made me like he's like, okay, he's in a better place now. Like he's not suffering, he's not. But at the same time, it kind of did scar it. Like it definitely left a scar for sure because and every whatever color the casket is, you know, every single time I see a casket, like it just brings me to that idea of my dad being in there, like you know, and like oh I get to see him again, like you know, like that kind of like freaks me out, and especially when we went to Mexico, we took dad out of that spot that he was at. I was like ooh, cause my uncle, it's a whole story, but we took our dad out of the spot that he was buried in Mexico, and then we transferred him into over to the spot that he was so originally supposed to be buried at, and my aunts and everyone in Mexico wanted to see him, like but like there was nothing to see. There's nothing to see, you know. So I was just like, it was kind of rude. They did that, kind of disrespectful because they didn't ask our opinion. They just decided to open it. But at the end of the day, we don't talk about that. But it definitely did help seeing my dad in the casket because it reinforced the idea of like he's not gonna come back. Like, you know, like because I feel like when you don't see them in the casket, it's definitely like, oh, he's like, it might picture you a more beautiful aspect of where they're at, but at the same time, it reassures that like you're not gonna see him again until you cross that line, until you yourself pass away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And because obviously, like well, it could also be nice if you don't see them, you know, because you can like picture and be like, oh, they're still alive, but they're away. But that's kind of ugly.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a torment at that point.
That is a torment.
But yeah, my friend also asked if it so to summarize what you just said was just like so you did feel like it helped you at least find closure in knowing the fact that he's not coming back, that he's not gonna walk through that door.
Yeah. Even though it's like sometimes when life gets hard, it's like walk through
like
that
you
door.
walk. You wish that he would walk through that door real quick. So it definitely does take a time to get used to kind of having that expectation for a minute and then realizing that he's not coming through that door ever again. She also asked me like how she can help. Like she really wants to like be there for this kid and I find that so like heartwarming. So I kind of just told her to like just honestly people don't need to do much. Just be there. You know, like kind of like to show up, you know. I know you might think, oh, I'm probably bugging them and like they need, you know, their moment as a family. We'll get those moments, but I think the worst part for me was having like okay, so after we buried our dad, the house was always full for like at least 9 days. If you're Catholic, you know that you do like this 9-day prayer for his spirit to be able to you know find the light and cross over. But so all those 9 days we had people coming over to the house. Like the house was always full. Like the house was like in and out. People were bringing food, you know. There was like noise happening in the house. But after those 9 days, like everybody, I mean, that's not, it's something normal. It's something normal that tends to happen. That it's just people go on to do their ordinary lives. Like people move on. Like the world continues just because that one person is no longer here does not mean the world stops, right? So I feel like that's when that's when everything just like a wave, like just a ginormous 9-foot wave hits you and you're like, oh shit, like he's really gone, like he's not here anymore, like just the sadness overtakes you, like the house gets quiet, like everything's just like it's a standstill in your house, but outside in the world everything's just moving along how it should. Mm-hmm. But in your house, like inside, like everything just stands still. So I told her, I was like, just be there for the kid, like maybe take him out to the park. I mean, like just go out, get ice cream, go out and watch a movie, like just get him out of his house, because that kind of like really can be very saddening for a little kid like that, especially like 9 years old. Like I cannot I could not imagine with you. Like I had my dad for 18 years, even though he wasn't very much involved, but like I had my dad for 18 years. I saw his example and I saw from a distance, but like you were just so little, like I cannot, like if it just like, I can't imagine a 9-year-old just thinking, oh, my dad's here, and then the next it's like, nah,
I mean, it wasn't really like bam, wham, bam.
With us it wasn't.
No.
But maybe for this, I'm not really sure. I didn't really ask
Me neither.
for details. I just gave my advice, and like I just told her, just like I said, just be there for them. If you know somebody that's lost a parent, even if they're old, like even if they're like 23, 24,
like my uncle
45,
with his mom.
yeah, like really be there for them. Show up, just give them words of encouragement. Take them out, like, because there's, especially if like us, we live in the house that my dad, bought, and like we had memories here. So every little corner you see, like something just brings it up. So if they live with that person, or if that person was in the space they currently have, like that, a lot of things come. Like every little memory just comes like a wave. So I would say just be there for them. Just honestly, like, don't let go. Even though you may feel like it might be bothering them, but trust me, they were deep down, they really do appreciate that you show up constantly and just be like, you're there for like words of encouragement. You're there for motivation. I mean, you can always like take them out for food, bring food over, because sometimes the wives, or like my mom, would be so tired and exhausted, and like they didn't want to cook, but she had to because she had kids. Like she had kids to feed. So, yeah, like little things like that can really, really help support a family that's going through a grieving stage. I mean, that's kind of like the advice I gave her. I don't know if you want to add anything else.
I mean, no, not really.
It's very sad. It's really sad, but don't think you're alone in this. We're all together. We're all united in this. We will all eventually go through something similar. Or
let's we die first.
Huh?
I said now let's be die first.
Exactly. Or unless, I mean, everybody's gonna die. Nobody's eternal. The only eternal is God. So, everybody's gonna have their days in the sun, and there's gonna be a day where the sun goes out, and that's it. So, just be there for your loved ones. I know sometimes it's kind of hard with family, especially if you're not close knit, but hey, that's your opportunity to be able to like amend, or welcome them back into your life, and be like, hey, I'm here for you, because that's what I feel like that's what Jesus would have done. And sorry to bring in religion to this, but like that's kind of like that's what it is. You gotta just be there to support each other, and be able to give each other a little push to continue. But
not to bring religion, but every single episode we have her here.
Well, yes. She's been great, helpful too. You gotta pray to her. So I'm gonna move on because we're trying to keep this episode short.
Just know that if you're going through a hard time, that you're not gonna be the only that you're not the only one. Like you can always reach out to people, and like if you truly need help, there's always a helpline out. If you're really going through like those type of thoughts of
I'll put I'll help the help outline on the
sad thoughts
description
because
box.
it's definitely not easy, and especially if you lose someone that you truly actually love
or super close to,
or that you were super close to. That, and like I understand there's no words to say except that things will get better and things will like turn out to the light, and just know that every step you take, like it might be small, but just be proud of yourself, because those small steps you're taking is like a big leap out to the future for you.
Yeah, for sure. Like the pain will never go away.
It's never
gonna go away. There's days where you're gonna feel like you can conquer the world, and there's gonna be days where like the slightest like sound, or like a simple song can like
or a simple dream
can bring back all memories of that special someone. So there's gonna be days where like you're like, I can't do this anymore, like I'm tired, I'm just want to give up, but you gotta think that person is rooting for you somewhere, and they're waiting for you to prosper and like live your life and live your journey. And once you're done with that journey, like they're gonna be meeting you at the end. So you gotta think about it, keep that positive vibe. But moving on, because I'm about to cry.
Just know we love you guys.
No, honestly, this is why we started this podcast. Like, that's the only reason. To bring humor, to bring light, to share our experience of, like, that we lost our dad, and, like, we made it. We're okay. Like, we can show that we're okay, but like
we're okay-ish.
we're a little bit fucked up.
we're a little
bit fucked up, but at the same time, like that's why we got inspired into do this. You know, that's the only motor behind all this. So we just want to share a little bit of light, and we want to share our story. That way, somebody else can find inspiration in it too. But okay, now let's see.
Let's go into the asshole debates.
The 2 asshole debates. This week I couldn't find one about death.
That's scary.
So this one's called "Am I the asshole for just saying just leave at my cookout?" My sister Nicole. Hello, carne asada. We got beef. We got extra beef at the carne asada. Okay, so my sister Nicole, who's apparently 34, brought her new boyfriend, Steve. Welcome to the family, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Well, clearly Steve is not really welcomed.
It's for about 30 people. For the sides, everyone brought insides. Okay, so apparently people brought food to this cookout. My sister brought 1 bag of store brand potato chips. And Steve helped himself to beer right away before being introduced to everyone. We're having hamburgers, hot dogs, and just hanging out with the family. It's nothing fancy. Steve asked...
It's not Mexican.
It's a little bit whitewashed, especially with burgers and hot dogs. They're definitely not Latino. Steve asks, "Is this it?" When the first plate of hot dogs is done and waiting on the round of hamburgers. My wife says that there will be hamburgers soon. And Steve tells my wife and sister about his family and how they have barbecue chicken, steak, shrimp, and many options. Well, that's kind of our barbecue. I picked up the plate of hot dogs and told Steve he could leave and go to his family's barbecue instead. He just looked at me and drank his beer. I told him and my sister to go since I wasn't good enough for Steve. I gave my sister store brand potato chips back and told her to get out. My sister and Steve left. The cookout was fine after that. My mom heard about me kicking them out and was mad at me and told me to apologize to my sister. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, but Steve was just an asshole commenting like that at someone's house and the first time you meet their family. My wife thinks I was right because Steve acted like that in her home, and insulting the host is a good reason to be kicked out. Others are split about 50-50 when they heard about what happened. And that's it.
He is not the asshole for kicking him.
Go ahead, tell him.
Kicking him out.
Go ahead, why not?
He is not the asshole. Especially first impressions. First freaking impressions. Hi, how are you? To every single person. Even the dog. Even the little cat, you know? Everyone. But no, he went to go
reach
the
plants because
even
there are
plants
guests in the house too.
But then he went right across those people and went to go get the beard. And I did not even say hi to anyone. That's the first type of impressions you're gonna be making, especially to your, because I see when people are dating, they're dating to get married. They're not right, especially when you're older. Like you're in that mindset of like, I'm dating this person because one of these days we're gonna get married, right? So
I would guess if she's 34, then yeah, I would say. So
like why do that, especially to your future fiance's family? You know, that's kind of really messed up on his first part, and then second, him talking shit about the barbecue, like about their little cutesy barbecue. At least they have food, you know. And all she brought was potato chips, just 1 bag of potato chips. And then he was over here saying, like, oh, my family does. Like, who the fuck? Like, I did not ask you for your lovely opinion. You know, like, you get what you get, or you go home. Because I would have done the exact same thing. I would have been like, get out. Get. I'm like, if you really want your family's barbecue, then go to your family and don't ever come back. Because if you're gonna be having that attitude every single time in a family function, then get out. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay, well, I think I made it myself a little hardy. Because I agree. I would have been like, okay, get the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Like, if
be
it's
grateful.
Not
be grateful what you have. Be grateful what you have.
I mean, it would have been nice to like, for him to be like, hey, kind of like step him aside and be like, hey, if this is like too little for you, like you're more than welcome to bring something else because you you didn't bring anything.
Well, clearly, his family has enough money to be having elaborate shrimp.
Exactly.
And elaborate
so I would have been
beef
like,
and this and
do
that.
you want to like go get the shrimp and the barbecue chicken real quick because
it's already hot.
Like,
the grill's hot.
Yeah, like it's
We're waiting
it's
for
cooking up in here. So like we if you want to add some pizzazz to it, go right ahead. I would have done that instead of like completely kicked them out.
I would have kicked them out.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still your sister.
I don't know
why.
Tell him shit.
I don't know why he kicked out his sister though.
Because like they come in a duo now.
I know, but like come on, it's your sister. You know. Like,
I mean, especially
she wasn't the one talking shit. It was her boyfriend. So either you go up to the sister and be like, "Hey, listen, I don't appreciate your whatever because I don't even know who he is. I don't even know you haven't presented me. You know, he probably doesn't even know who I am. So, you know, can you please let him know not to like be judging the barbecue like this, or like you guys didn't bring anything, so why are you guys saying stuff?" I would have been like that. I would have pulled them off to the side instead of being like complete. You know, be like, get the fuck out. You know, maybe if
I love doing that.
It just depends,
and especially when you have that type of power, and then when they make you that.
I see. I'm nice. You know, I'm nice, so I'm thinking maybe they don't have food at home, and they were.
Well, clearly he has the money for it to be having with
his family. Just because his family doesn't mean that he has.
What if he's spoiled like a little brat?
She brought potato chips, but
exactly.
They probably like potato chips that they bought a week ago that was just sitting in the
non-brand. I think he said non-brand.
Store brand.
Store brand.
Store brand. The great value.
The great value. Those motherfuckers are good though. I'll be like, thank you for the potato chips. You can go now.
Oh yeah, you would have given them the potato chips and be like, leave. Be like, actually, you don't get these. Leave. You can leave now. But really, hot dogs and hamburgers are. I get it.
It's a good cuisine. It's a good cuisine.
It's a very Americanized.
It's a very Americanized, but it's still a very good cuisine.
Well, you know damn well your mom
and especially when you have that
cebolla, the chicken,
when you have that cebolla in there, and probably some like
and some stuffed peppers with cheese and some steak, but like the thin one.
The thin one.
Like, I don't know what they're called in English.
It's still
ranchera.
It's still ranchera. Ranchera.
Ranchera.
Ranchera. It's called a ranchera.
What restaurant calls it a ranchera besides the whitewashed one?
It's still called a ranchera.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, some of that.
Because the ranchera it's a piece of cut.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cut. So it's called ranchera.
Well, it's more tenderized. It's a tenderized steak.
That's why that's what it is.
It's a tenderized steak.
Amen. It's a tenderized steak. I love a good sentence.
So yeah, definitely this is not a Mexican household, but
he's definitely not the asshole. Not the asshole.
I mean, I want to agree because I see your point. I do. I kind of made it hard on myself this week.
You are welcome.
But at the end of I say it's still your sister. So at least, why do you have to kick out your sister? No, don't kick out your sister. Kick out the boyfriend. If you have to kick out somebody, just kick out the boyfriend. But if she was like, "Oh, well, I'm coming with you. If you kick him out, I leave too." Okay, then that's when I'll be like, "All right, thank you. Here's a plate. If you guys want to take one, and have a good night." Yeah, you still gotta be nice. You gotta kill them with kindness.
Mm-mm.
Kill them with kindness.
Not at my house. Not at my house.
Oh my gosh, guys.
But what's it called?
I don't know. What do you call it?
What's
it called? I don't know. What do you call it?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Everybody on mute.
Fuck, stop. Don't put me on the spot like this.
Oh my god, he's nervous.
Don't do this. Oh, I was like, that's also her fault because that's a red flag on him.
That is a red flag.
That's a very red flag. If you haven't seen our episode of Red Flags, go watch it now. Out now.
I'll be in the link down below.
So what's it called? That is a red flag. Literally just going to the fucking abicio and not even like saying hi to the parents.
Yeah, I mean it's also her fault. She should have like introduced them.
Not really, because that's also his fault. Because when you go to family functions to someone that you just met,
not everybody's like Mexican.
You're behind them.
Yeah, but Mexicans
you're like this with them. You're like, and then so like wherever he goes, you go with, right? So like just like, oh, let's go meet. Let's go meet our parents. Okay, let's go meet your parents. Let's go meet your parents. You know, it's like this, and you're like, huh?
Yeah, but like, listen, like not everybody's Mexican because you know we go to parties and every single party, everybody knows who we are. Like everybody knows our family. So we literally had to be like, hi, like nice to meet, like or nice to see you again. And you have to like move on to the next table and be like, hi, like
Or just say at the table like, hi, and walk away.
Yeah, or I mean, sometimes my mom just like she'll be like, oh, we have to go say hi to so and so over there because they came from my hometown and they'll probably go back and say I didn't say hi. So I that's that quinceañera we went to last week. That's what I had to go do.
The ratchet one.
Yeah, where
the ghetto ass one.
The really ghetto one.
Mm-hmm.
The one where everybody was like,
like
it was just chaotic. There was a lady there that apparently she knew my mom from like when she was little. So like my mom was like, oh, I'm gonna go say hi to them, come with me, and I was just like, I guess. So I had to sit there like right behind her and be like,
as I was like with Sammy.
I was like, hi.
Just sitting.
I didn't even know who the hell this lady was, but she was like, oh, I was your mom's friend, blah blah blah. And I was just like,
oh yeah, she told me. She called your mom old, basically.
Yeah, I was like,
got offended.
My mom was like, I'm not that fucking old. Because this lady was old, like grandma old.
Really?
She looked like grandma. Maybe she's a little bit younger than grandma. Grandma's like what,
82?
82? So she probably looked like 60, 70. So my mom was like, I don't look that fucking old. My mom looks good. I gotta admit, we got some good genes coming. Mom looks good for her age. Mom looks 40. Mom is 47.
I look like I'm 10.
And she kind of looks like she's like in her 30s. I say she looks in
her 30s?
Yeah.
No. Probably in her late 40s.
No.
I'm playing.
She's 47.
She's in her late 30s for sure.
She's doing good. She's looking good. And she doesn't work out.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't work out.
My Wanda has 0% muscle mass.
she has 0 motivation and 0% muscle mass.
Literally. I'm like, girl, you literally have 0. Like, you have barely the muscle mass to go through your day. That's what she has.
Basically. But, yeah, so a lot of people don't have that custom be like.
But still, they need, like.
But it
should be.
The first thing that you do.
It should be
as soon as you get there.
It should be a costumbre to every. I don't care what race you are. If you're white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, whatever. You should always meet their family with a good attitude and always meet them first before anything.
Yeah. Before you even start grabbing shit.
Especially,
you have to wait till they offer something.
Exactly.
Like
you just sit down and you just be talking with your partner and be like,
I'm thirsty.
You know, it's like it should be that, it shouldn't be like todo confuso, todo like confident and going in that like as if you own the shit. Because if that was my kid partner, I would like, you're done.
Later.
Like, get the out.
Red flag. You ain't getting married. Break up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways. Okay, we're gonna wrap this episode up real quick. Make sure, comment down below. Was he not the asshole? Was he the asshole? What would you have done in this situation? Like, would you have, like, actually kicked them out? Or would you have been like me? Been like, well, kind of, like, set them off to the side. And would have been like, hey, I don't appreciate you saying this kind of stuff. Like, if your family stuff was better, then go to your family.
You're out.
But yeah, just remember, we're here for you for anything. So feel free to comment down below. Make sure to like.
No one comments anymore.
Subscribe. I know, right?
They're all lame.
Y'all lame. I'm kidding. No, we love you guys. But make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends.
And if you're liking these short episodes, comment down below too.
Yeah. Also, this is a short episode, so
we're gonna do all of them like this from now on.
We're testing this out. Seeing how soon we can summarize an episode.
Amen. Later on to be 10 minutes.
Be like, next episode will be 5 minutes long. They'll be like, thank God, we're tired of those hour ones. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching us. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time.